Hello everyone, we are starting our new course on understanding and reading the manufacturing drawings. So to better understand and to correctly understand the drawings provided by the supplier who wants to get his item manufactured, the very first thing is the concept of conventional lines. So we can understand what kind of line is used. So let's begin with the topic. So here, as you can see, this is a 3D model, a part in 3D, and if we look at it from the top, you can see this face is this one and this slanting one is this one from the top, and this platform, the deeper platform, is this one, and then this hole is this one, and similar is the case with this one, and this hole has been shown as this. So this is how the drawing is depicted. And now let's proceed with the conventional lines which are being used. So very first line here is the object line or visible outline. It is about all the edges visible. For example, this edge is visible, so we have used a line for this up to this point, and then the slanting line is visible, then we have used this line. So this is a thick line used for the outline. Outline is you start from here, then here, then here, then this, then this, and then this. This is the basically outline of this 3D model from the top view. So these are used for the outline as well as for the edges. These are the edges, this one, this one, this one, and this one also, but this has been overlapped by this line, and then these lines. So these are the outlines as well as the edges. So object line or visible outline, this line is thick, and here it has been shown. These are the object lines, and then we will be looking for the hidden feature lines. This is a feature here, but if we look at it from the front plane, from here, they are not visible. So in order to let one understand these features, we have made some dotted lines, and these are the dashed lines, not the dotted lines. So these dashes are there to depict that there is a platform up to here, a deeper platform, and then there is a hole here. Similar is the case here, and when seen from this side, both the holes and their platforms overlap each other, and single hole and single platform is shown here. Here it has been depicted. And then is our center line. So center line is like a chained line. This is the linkage, and this is the chain. This is the bigger part of the chain, and this is the link of the chain. A bigger line and a smaller line. So this depicts the center, and here, since center is something like this, if you see at here, it is center is around this and center is here. So center line has been shown here in both these cases and from this side as well. But when we see this from the top, you can see we have to depict it by a plus sign to show that this is the center of this one as well as for this one. Similar is the case here. And next is our dimension line. These are the dimension lines which depict how much is the length from here to here, and how much is the angle if we make it from here to here, how much is the angle. So these one are dimension lines, and they may be broken in the middle so as to place the value of the dimension here, or they may be a complete continuous line and the dimension placed by side of those lines. Both the cases are alright. And then is the dimension. This is the dimension which is placed in middle of the lines. These are the dimensions which can either be placed in the middle or can be placed on the side if the line is continuous and non-broken, a complete line. Then are the extension lines. I have to measure, for example, the center distance between these two. So I have to extend this line to here and this one to here, so as to show that we are measuring the distance between these two lines, the distance between these two centers. So these are the extension lines which are in the brown color. And then is the yes, extension line as shown here. And then is the leader. The leader is the one which is basically an arrow, and there is some information on the you say horizontal part of the arrow. So they are used to label something, to say something about which dimensions are not fit or are not better to be used. So we use the leader. Here you can see they have depicted phi 8, that is diameter is 8, facing phi 14 into 3 deep. And so they are depicting the dimensions of this. So that's why this leader is used. And then is the cutting plane line. For example, we are cutting it from here so that we can show the intricacies of these both of these cuts or holes, this platform and this hole below, for both of them. And we don't have to use these lines for showing the hidden features. It basically is used when we want to provide more clarity about the lines. And here let me show you how they are used. Here you can see the case. So this is the cutting plane line, and when we have cut, so if we look at it from here, as you can see these arrows are pointing upwards, so it means that we are looking like this from this side to this side. So they look like this. So both of these platforms and their holes are perfectly visible, and these lines, these slanting lines, are called the section lines. These are basically used to depict that there is a material here. So these are basically used for that purpose. Then proceeding further, there is a short break line. For example, I don't want to cut all of it. I just want to break a small material from here and up to this point, and I want to show the intricacies of these features, these hidden features. So I'm going to use a hand drawn line here on this side. So this is showing the platform and the hole up to the certain amount, up to the point where this has been cut, and so we can see them. And as you can see, since we have cut here, so just like these cutting plane lines, they are showing the sectional views and they are showing the material. So we have to show the material here as well. And then is the long break line. So in the long break line, we basically use the long break lines when we have a very long material and it is going all along and it is going outside the limits of the drawing, and or we have a limited space for this view of the element, this view of the component. So we break it somewhat like this. We break this portion from this and we drop the length of this line, and then we can always show the dimension, the total dimensions here. But since everything is going same all along, so we can use this break line, long break line like this, to show that we have broken this to reduce the length. So this is called the long break line. And now let's revise everything once again. This is the visible line or object line, which is thick, 100% thick, and then is the hidden line, which are basically the dashes or the minus signs followed by the spaces which are equal to the dashes, and the thickness is 50%. Then is the center line. Center line is basically a chain line in which there is a small dash followed by a very big dash, which is almost 5 times of this. So here the thickness is again just 25%. It is half of the hidden feature line and 1/4 of this object line. And then is the dimension line, which is again fine in shape, 25%. This is basically extension line, and this is the dimension line, again fine. And then is the cutting plane line, like this part is like the chained line which was used for the center, and this one, these are the arrows. So they are very thick, they are even thicker than the object line, perhaps almost 1.5 times the thickness of the visible or outline object line. Then is the section, then are the section lines. These are in such shape and they are just 25% of the object line. Then are the break lines. This is the short break which is hand drawn, and this is the for the long break, and they are again the in fine shape, fine in thickness, I mean they are just 25%. And then is the leader. The leader is used to label something, and it is basically an arrow which shows or displays some information about that particular detail of the component and gives the information in text format. So this is again fine. So this is all about the conventional lines. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.